All right, y'all. What's happening? Um, like how my goofy headphones match my goofy shirt. Um, anyway, what's up, everybody? Happy to see everybody here. Um, been another kind of crazy week since we were on here last. Still working too much, but I did get the chance to fly this weekend, which was good. I got to fly with the crew at their favorite spot, Tomcats, down in actually Tomcats is SCCMAS on the on the simulators. If you take a look at that, that's where we flew this weekend. Um, what's up, Roland? I know it's late where you are, so thanks for coming to say howdy. Get Nate on here in a little bit, but let's get some questions and stuff out of the way first, and I'll shout out the people that have shown up. Let's take a look here. So you guys started talking early. So I see Charlie. I'm not going to try to say your last name. But what's up, Charlie? Thank you for coming. I guess this is your first time being on here. That's cool. Big Chris, what's happening? Tim Justins, um, Pete Lane, Jack78, Andy Cho, who's posted those cool videos of the Blue Angels coming in. Had a lot of cool stuff flying over my house too. I have a pretty cool video that I'm going to be posting here of all the stuff that's flown over in the last couple months. But yesterday we had a CH-53, which is a huge helicopter, and a V-22, MV-22, the Marines V-22 came through. I have a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's see who else. Steve Muncie, what's up? Joe Pellegrino, what's happening? Who else? Lionel Randall, howdy, howdy. RC Roland says hi and bye. Mr. Hugh Jum One, what's up? So yeah, let's get started on this. So you guys start throwing out your questions, and then a little bit we'll get Nate on here so we can go over some stuff that I think you guys will want to see. Um, a lot of people keep asking about how to set up stuff with the transmitter. How to program things with the transmitter. So Nate's got a plane that he's going to be hooking up. So we'll get on there. Let's see. Hmm. So yeah, so it was if anybody is on the fence about getting the Eflite Viper, get off the fence because that plane is freaking amazing. I was blown away at that plane. Um, totally blown away. I finally got to fly. I had one flight on it. I see somebody talking to me on my Instagram, which has been off all day. Instagram and Facebook were out, so I'm sure some people lost their minds. But uh, so yeah, I have only had one flight on the Viper until this weekend, and then I'm just completely completely blown away. That plane flies amazing. We had five of them in the sky at once. That's pretty cool. But I'm looking for questions. I don't see any questions. If I haven't seen any questions pop up right away, then we are going to bring in El Super Dingus. Wondering if you can increase speed by putting an E-Flight 64 3150 to swap out. And what? What are you talking about? What plane? Oh, that's a good question too. So let me get that question. Joe Pellegrino, how you doing? So he finally ordered the Freewing F-18 Blue Angel. Arrived last Thursday. I forgot what brand of servo you said you replaced yours with. I replaced mine with the brand called XH. Um, no, XJ. Let me look. I have to look it up. But I went to a 7.5. Nate's shaking his head and doing weird stuff. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Um, What's up, Reckham? Let's see. He's talking to himself. Um, why did the logo not? Oops, wrong one. Why did the Viper motor sound nice? Viper motor sounds really good. However, if you guys are running the stock bind and fly plane, you need to go in and change some programming to make the thing run better. What are you talking? You're talking to yourself in there? What?
No, what I was trying to say is, hello, everybody. There's no need to replace the Blue Angel servos now. It comes with the 23-gram servos.
You don't need to change them. That's true.
Yeah, you don't need to change the servos.
No.
They
upgraded everything in there. It's fine.
You kidding me?
What's
that?
Can
you hear that?
What is it?
It's my mom's goddamn hybrid-ass car.
I see a light flashing.
Yeah, it's her car. It's cooling itself. I guess.
Cooling itself, probably. Okay, that's all right.
No, I'm set up. I'm set up a little different tonight. The golf cart's not in here anymore because, it's getting sold.
Whoa, Shadow Ops dropping money. Thank you, Shadow. Very much appreciated. Hey, that's an actual drone in your shot there too. Now somebody else has got a good question that I saw there. I wanted to put that up there. The new ones are crap. I'll have to admit, I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. So, Charles McDaniel, that's a good question too. If you're using a Y connector, there are ways to do it, but it's a little complicated. If you're using a Y connector, you can do it. There is a video I can send you. No, he's talking about getting it to come on at 30% throttle. But if you're using a spare channel, there's easier ways to do it. That's the easiest way to do it. So if you want to do that, get to me later on and I can send you some videos that'll show you how to do it.
There's a garbage can right here.
Yeah, the new ones. I'm really disappointed with the new ones. I've always supported.
Well, yeah, and you can attest to one of those this weekend.
Yeah, well, I don't think that was the problem this time.
No, that was the problem.
No, it was not the damn problem. It was the plane.
No, it was the problem.
Because the BEC.
No, don't say the gear. Don't.
I'm gonna mute you. Damn it! I'm not in the mood today. Hold on. The BEC. I hooked the thing up and started moving shit. The BEC shut off. It's the damn ESC from Xfly.
That makes no sense.
Well, I'm just telling you, you move shit around, and I had the gyro on. I didn't have a capacitor in there.
Right.
You have the gyro on. That shit was moving around, and it shut off.
Have you seen how many times I play with airplanes and I jig servos like
how
crazy?
old are you, Nate?
I'm 16.
And you've been flying for how
There's
long?
No way.
You've been flying for how long?
No way. That was the internal BEC. You had just taken off. There's no way.
Exactly. And I just put the gear up. And as soon as I put the gear up, it went to shit. And then I hooked the thing up here in the back of my car and started moving shit around, and it goes, eh.
Yeah, because
and shut off.
Zeros.
No. The BEC shut off. As soon as I put any kind of load on it, you see the BEC shut off. So, anyway.
Go bye-bye.
Let me see what this guy
Fuck you.
So, Charles McDaniel, you know what? Let me pull up the video now. I can pull it up.
Eflite's on my twin Avanti. What did you like join two of them together?
I think somebody put an Avanti together. Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
So let's go to the channel.
You guys can kind of already see what airplane's getting the AS3X streaming tonight, but
let's see.
I was gonna go fly this thing for the show, and I plug it in, and I always check to make sure the satellite's on. It didn't come on, and I'm like, okay. So I rearmed it. Still didn't come on. Did it a third time. It came on, and I'm like, and then it flashed. I just touched the satellite, and it started freaking out. And I'm like, well, maybe it's a bad cable. So I pulled the whole thing out. I plugged the satellite with the same cable into another receiver. I like tossed that thing. Worked fine.
Yep, it's this new chip is just total crap.
So I'm like, you know what? I had never had issues, but I'm like, perfect excuse to do AS3X program because I'm done.
Yeah, no, they're pretty much done.
No, it wasn't
I
it
don't
wasn't the
know if
beast
they
in this thing.
changed.
I know
Not
it's
in
not the
yours.
beast in this thing because I didn't even move anything.
Not in yours, but it is in mine. Because as soon as I started moving servos, it went and shut off. So either the servos are drawing too much, or the BEC is bad.
I swear your luck with that kind of stuff because you're like you swear by putting
Has been really fucking good. I just started recently having problems. So,
well,
in
and
all
you're always
honesty,
external UBEC, and
I
the
didn't
times
do
you
it
don't
because
do
I
it, you're
wanted to.
fine. But I bet you if I had that plane, they wouldn't have had a problem.
But you crashed yours too, so what's the point?
Yeah, well, that was a Lemon RX receiver.
Nah, we don't know that.
It was.
We don't know that.
That's why yours crashed too. I'm just gonna keep it that way. That's why yours crashed.
Sadly, no, it's not because it was other things. I never trust things without UVCs.
I don't trust Lemon RX receivers. Let me think. I've only got 2 airplanes with diversity lemons, and they're getting. If they have the older ones, fine. But I have 2 airplanes with diversity lemons, and they're getting swapped. Spitfire and the MiG 21. They're getting swapped. The MiG ones are giving me hiccups, but I'm not gonna play.
Anyone? Yeah, no, I have. I'm gonna start using other stuff.
Well, and I get the whole bag deals on the. I get the whole bag deals on the Spectrums.
They don't make them the same no more.
Nope.
So let's see. I'm trying to get this video for. I want to get this video for.
I've also got something else. I've got something else to show, but you guys have already seen it. It's just I put the plane together, and it's looks really good. Actually, I have 2 other things to show because I've got another thing to show.
So Charles McDaniel, I have a video I'm posting into the chat right now. That is a video that shows how to change the throttle endpoints. But you can ask me again for more questions if you've got it. But that's it right there. That's how to change the endpoints to get it to do different things. The ESC on the plane can be changed. The endpoints can be changed. The ESC, the controller on the burner cannot be changed. It will always see the receiver, see the values on the transmitter the same. Transmitter the same. So you can change things.
Where's my radio?
You just have to reset your throttle range once you move things around. It can be done. But take a look at that video and it should help.
Bro, this plane looks so awesome.
So
both of these new projects look amazing.
We got any other questions, peoples? Anything else?
Did you hear that?
What was it?
It's my mom's grills on the front. They're like electric powered, and they like sound horrible when they open and close.
Oh,
dude, that I mean, most people know about it. It looks a little goofy right now, though. I got to order a new gear fairing because my dumbass broke it. But oh well. It's got a half-ass leg, but it looks really good. Doesn't have graphics yet, but it looks really good. You probably know what I'm talking about, Ray.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, Jack78. We got another contribution. Thank you, my friend.
Sweet.
All right, so here it is. My question was Freewing 64 F22. No. If you want to upgrade it, you need to go to a slightly different one.
What about the new Xfly 64?
I haven't tried the Xfly. I think somebody in here has tried the Xfly. There's let me get the eBay fan. There's an eBay fan. It's a QX Motors.
No, right.
eBay fan.
Right, so you know about this. No, I didn't get anything new, but I did change.
We used to get it from eBay. This is if you want an upgrade for any 64 millimeter 4S plane. This is it. And this is just an example. You can actually find this fan other places here in the U.S. Um, but there's the link. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it. The Amazon's probably the easiest. But that's the fan. It's QX Motors.
I have a QX fan, dude.
Yeah, they work good.
It's a little inefficient because I put a 4S before, or not a. I put a different rotor on the motor, so it only. I had it in that little Draken. With a 1300, it would be like 3 minutes and the battery was dead. But dude, that thing was so.
Oh, 3 minutes from the 1300. That's good.
Dude, that thing was so fast until I wrecked it because of EPS. I didn't really. It was just a bad. It was a bad belly landing, but being EPS just tore the plane apart.
Destroyed.
Yeah. So, what do you say? Get going or?
Yeah, hold on. We're answering questions. So, Steve Muncie. Yeah, we can do fire booties if you want. If you need to get a whole. Actually, you know what, guys? I changed up my website a little bit. Let me get the.
Oh, that would look sick, dude. Twin booties in the Avanti. So, how do you have everything set up? Is it just?
There's my email if you guys are interested in getting fire booty. Send me an email. That's the best way.
I'll have to look at I'll look at the video afterwards. That sounds. That looks really cool. I'll just open it now.
And then my website I changed because people are having a hard time figuring out how this works. I made it pretty dang straightforward. As soon as you scroll down, it says, "How do I order?"
Oh my god, that's awesome,
things to know.
dude. Look at this thing.
Hold on, let me look. Hold on.
It looks sick.
I heard about this thing. Is there? Did somebody post the link already? Did he already post the link?
Yeah, Steve Muncie put the link in. Okay. Holy crap, that looks so cool.
I can actually post it so everybody can see here too. I can play it.
Oh my god. Got 4 main landing gear.
Oh, it's got all of the gear?
Yeah, it's literally 2 Avantis conjoined. It's like he took the right wing of one, took the left wing of the other, cut them in half, and like glued it together.
Okay. So here, before we get to the video, because I'll play the video so everybody can see. Here's my website again, and it has all the answers that everybody's always asking questions. I have the answers right there in the very beginning. You barely scroll down just a little bit, and you'll see it. But take a look at the website, and then I will pull up this.
Holy crap!
Let me pull up this video. Oh, that looks cool,
dude. It's raining in LA. Jesus.
It's supposed to be raining here by the end of the week.
Well, yeah, dude. That's why I want to go to Tomcats on Wednesday because it's going to be overcast and 70 degrees.
Well, I'm going to try to do my breaks tomorrow after work.
Hopefully it's super overcast because my goddamn sunglasses snapped. I ordered a bunch more.
Okay, so hold on. Let's get this video.
I have some Oakley sunglasses, but I hate those damn things.
Okay, so here, Steve, I'm going to play your video so everybody can see it because it looks kind of cool. It's going to be weird for a second because it's going to share this.
Intersection out and separate two separate RXs. Oh, geez. So it's that's quite the setup. Well, you can actually if you have multiple receivers in bind mode, you could just bind multiple.
Yeah, bind them all at the same time. Okay, so here, this is the video. Can you guys see?
Yep.
I don't know if it's going to be loud or not. How's the sound?
It's very quiet, but I mean, you don't need to hear the sound. It's just blank.
But there it is. Looks like one's off a little bit.
Well, it looks like the right one has a slightly different nose. They both look like 3D printed noses. Oh, 4 gear going up. It's hilarious.
So it's basically 2 planes.
It is 2 planes.
Yeah.
That's funny. That looks so cool.
You have to zoom out. Sheesh, that must make me sick. Oof. But yeah, no, we could, the fire booties, that's easy to do on that. That would actually look pretty cool.
Did you see have you seen the twin Carf Rebel?
I heard about it. I didn't actually see
Same idea. It's just 2. It's like, the Jet Sia has?
Mm-hmm. No, I know, but just 2 of them together.
Yeah, it's just 2 of them together. Now that thing's cool. They flew it at Best in the West. I kind of want to go down there. Say hi to everybody. I know Ali Machinchi will live. If he's there. I don't know if Ali will be there this year.
That's usually a pretty big show. And then if they're doing the Kings County thing, they go right after. But yeah, no, that looks pretty cool. Fiery booties can be done in that. That would actually look really good if you did it. And if those are the stock outrunners, it can be done.
Yeah, it's not
I
hauling
hear
out.
a, I hear a. Let's get to the landing. I hear there's a control line plane flying in the background. So I'm not looking at the chat right now, guys. Hold on a second. Let's get this.
No, there's nothing really going on.
Okay, let's get the.
Yeah, Roy, that's a tight formation.
Here's the gear going down. That's actually kind of cool.
Let's see this landing.
Let's get some landing going on.
Get the scorecards. Get the scorecards out. Yesterday was such a quiet day at the airport. We were literally we were sitting on the runway and just like grading people's landings. It was kind of hilarious. Throwing up fingers.
So coming in, there we go. So it's only got wings on the outboard. I mean, ailerons on the outboard, right?
Yeah.
Gotta land with throttle. Gotta land with throttle. Cool. Oops. Let's get out of there. Sharing. Okay, let's close that down. Cool. That was cool. So anybody got any other questions before we get going? Because Nate's going to show us how to do some stuff.
Oh, yeah. We're going to show you how to take your plane from being amateur to awesome.
Oh, God.
And that's taking your Laminar XC around, putting an AS3X Spectrum receiver in there. The plane's probably going to fly better. It's going to have a better gyro.
Different. Paul Ballard. What is happening?
Better.
I don't think you've been in here before, but you are now a moderator.
Holy Viper Batman. Dude, that was fun. When we had 5 of them in the air. Oh, my God.
Dude, I've never seen Sia fly like an idiot like that before. Now I know where Keon gets it
I was
from.
going to say, where do you think Keon gets it from, dude?
It all came from him. He's trying like all this going against traffic and everything. Dude, I was like,
I mean, I'm always in my element wherever I fly, but they're all in their element when they fly there.
Totally. I was like, oh my God.
You have no idea.
Flying like complete idiots. I mean, somebody said they were doing a pass from the left and he did a pass from the right on purpose.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He wanted to see something go bad. What's up, Kenny? Steve Muncie, your landing wasn't that bad. You were fine. That was all good.
Ray couldn't have done any better. So.
You didn't see my landings this weekend. My landings were good.
Oh, I did. The one landing you had on your F-104 was impressive.
That really hurt.
The second landing wasn't so hot.
That was a splat. That wasn't a landing.
You know what's sad? I didn't even see it.
It just did it. It did it all itself.
I was pre-flighting my Hawk, and all of a sudden Ray lets go of his rate. I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, you didn't notice? I'm like, oh shit. Hey, you know what? I don't feel so bad about not having one anymore, though.
Yeah, what sucked? I spent quite a bit of time getting it set up. And then kapow.
Yours lasted a flight and a half.
God, you got at least 20 flights on yours.
No, oh my God. Like 3 times that, 4 times that.
Oh.
Mine has so many flights on it, dude. 20 flights, my ass. Probably had 120 flights.
For those of you that didn't see, I'll show everybody here.
I'd be pissed if it had 20 flights. I didn't care. Shit was funny. Dude, my F-104 crash, that was incredible.
So here.
Yeah, see,
that's it. This is before. That's after.
At least yours still looks like a plane.
It's dude. I mean, realistically, I could probably put it back together.
Dude, I'll put it back together. Or did you smush it?
No, it's not smushed. I didn't do anything. It's still together.
Dude, let me fix it.
There's the all the flying.
Seriously,
They
dude.
call it the Vipers. I've been up since 4. Sorry, so I'm kind of out of it. But there's the Vipers. Surprisingly,
Well,
they're all in one piece, but they're flying like complete idiots.
it's controlled chaos.
Literally. But anyway, okay,
Dude,
so Paul, I've got the rest of your stuff going out this week too. So
you should let me fix that thing. I'll fix it, dude. Seriously.
I just don't want to deal with this crap anymore.
Dude, just let me fix it and I'll fly it. And the ESC will act fine. I'm not even gonna change the ESC.
No, that ESC's coming out.
You do, Tim. You need one of those Vipers, Tim Houston. You need one of those. You don't want them. You need it.
I didn't think. I mean, when I saw the Viper, I'm like, it's just a Viper. But then when I saw the first video of Ali Machinchi flying it, that alone was impressive. And then actually flying it myself, that was impressive. I need to
Oh, I knew.
I need to up the rates on my ailerons though, so I can do that spin.
No, oh yeah, that's right.
Let's do the.
See, you wonder why I have a switch to go with higher rates.
No, I just have to add a little bit more.
Dude, I knew that plane was badass an hour after they debuted it. That's why I got it.
Well, you were there when they had it.
Yeah, that was fun. Lionel Randall, it just flies amazing, and it's just so smooth. I mean, it has the widest flight, one of the widest flight envelopes on a jet. It's smooth, but the thing is, like most jets, if they have a wide flight envelope, like either at slow speeds they're a little inherently unstable, or at high speeds, like some planes, like they're very stable, but at like high speeds they can get a little weird, like they can get very touchy. The Viper's smooth in all aspects of flight. It doesn't matter. And it can do whatever you want. I mean, you can do touch and goes, go fast, do point rolls, a foot off the ground. I mean, it's like, dude, the plane just flies incredible. Yeah, Roy.
The 70's good, but the 90 is like leaps and bounds better.
I've never owned the 70, but I've flown the 70, and the 70 just gets boring. The 90, I like it.
Yeah.
Every time I fly it, I like it more.
The 70 does get boring. The 90, no, not at all.
I even flew the Viper like before the show, dude. I mean, I just love the plane.
Yeah, huge. The Lemons and Admiral are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The ones without the gyros,
they produce a similar brown color. Shit. All right, want to get going with this?
As long as you do the ones that aren't the gyro ones, as of late, have just been total crap. Total crap. The other Admirals and Lemons have been okay, but the new diversity lemons with the different chips are just not the same. Nowhere near. All right, Nate, get started. Because I don't see a whole lot of questions. So
this is gonna be a genuine, like, the receiver's not even plugged in, because I just decided I was gonna do this because I ripped that piece of shit out of it.
So before you get started there, let me just make a little bit of an announcement too, guys. Any of you guys in the chat, any of you guys that are interested in any sort of or been thinking about getting any kind of an EDF unit, let me know. I've got a box, a whole couple drawers full of EDFs that need to be sold. Or if you guys think that there's something I should do to, I don't know, I need to get rid of them. So if anybody needs one, any size, most of what I have are 80s and 90s, but I have stuff that needs to go. So if anybody's interested in any kind of EDF unit, let me know, because I got to get rid of stuff. I even have some brand new in box that need to go. So let me know. Lyndon Stewart, what's happening, my friend? The Fred Barron, what is going on? And there's Mr. Victor Shamulus. Yeah, the older lemons are fine. It's the new ones. No good. No good.
Hello?
Spencer, you're there. What's up, Spencer? So let's see.
Is there any echo?
No, because you've got the volume off.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Well, okay. Okay,
So
that's good.
before you get started, Lionel Randall, yes, there are 6S 64 millimeters. Eflite has one,
The
and
A10.
so does who else?
Gyro,
Arrows RC.
the big and the F15.
I'm actually working on an in-runner version of those Arrows birds, so stay tuned for that.
No. Leave me on there because I'm gonna just do something. I'm gonna do the radio through the laptop and then do everything in here. Here. Okay.
Okay, so hold on, let me see if there's another way that we can configure this. No,
Other way, do it. Okay.
no, it's not doing it that way. Nope.
You just leave it like that. It's not a big deal. There's only gonna be like one thing through the laptop and then everything. Yeah, whatever. Just leave it like that. It's fine. Okay. So I don't know. We'll treat this kind of. We'll treat this kind of as like I just bought this plane kind of thing. This plane has a ton of flights, but it's gonna fly better now because put one of these in it.
Did it? The one you had, was it a regular lemon or gyro?
It was a 7-channel with a gyro.
I don't remember if it was a gyro or just like an 8 or 10 channel. I can't remember.
They don't make a 7-channel without a gyro. But no, it was a 7-channel in there. I never had issues, but I went to fly it tonight for the show, and the satellite didn't arm. I'm like, okay, that happens occasionally. So you just rearm it, turn off the radio, turn the plane back on. Didn't arm. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Did it again. Satellite arm. But then I went to the cam again and I saw it flash. And I started touching the satellite. It's flashing. And I'm like, and I thought, okay, that's satellite cable. So I'm like, what I did was, but I had it in the back of my mind, I'm like, lemon or extra garbage, right? So I grabbed a Spectrum receiver that has a satellite port. I plugged the satellite in with the same cable. Worked just fine. I can yank the satellite, and yank the cable, worked fine. So I'm like, you know what? Throw the thing in the garbage. More AF3X programming tonight. This plane is getting a good receiver.
So did you have to wipe that one?
I already did.
Okay, well, you might want to go through that process too if you haven't shown anybody.
Okay, so when you buy a Spectrum receiver from Off Horizon or wherever, it's going to say, hey, this is an AR637T. So if you buy one new, it's going to say AR637T. But you notice this one says TA. So the ones that have the A on it are actually out of like bind and fly airplanes that you buy, from Horizon. I don't know what this was out of it. They have the little codes on the side. If you ever get one from a friend or somebody, there's a little code on the side here. You can just type in, that's a part number, and they'll tell you what plane it is. So this one is EFL13850. So I don't know what it came out of, but
Wait, hold on. I can look it up.
EFL13850. Just type that into Google and it'll bring up the plane.
Say it again.
EFL13850.
So that's a Night Timber.
Oh, okay. So this came out of my Night Timber X, which brutally crashed into the fence. But the nice thing is, Spectrum recently, not recently, this is a few months ago, made it to where you can actually jailbreak the bind and fly receivers and put them in your own planes. So the cable's in the house, but the part number is SPMA3065. It's a little programming cable. It has a USB in and a servo lead. And all you have to do is just put the Spectrum programmer on your PC, and to unlock these or jailbreak them, essentially, you just plug it in and you just update it. And then before programming on your radio, you can just go in and factory reset. Now, also, if you took this out of a plane, but you want, like, say maybe you were going to put this back in your bind and fly, you can also save that bind and fly plane's profile to backup. So you can have it back up in the receiver. So say you put it in one plane just to try it, and maybe you want it back in your other airplane. When you put it back in the plane, you can just go in your for programming and forget what button it is, but basically you can just re-upload the old aircraft file. I'm not going to get it on a Night Timber because my Night Timber was wrecked, so I just wiped it. But this
so if you save the profile, you can just reload it onto another one. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, this receiver right now that I've wiped it, it's gonna act as though I like just bought it and it's new. It has nothing on it because it doesn't. Um, so I don't even have it installed on the plane yet. So we'll show you. You know, if you're a Spectrum guy, you won't know, but all the port configs, how to mount this. Which this receiver is very diverse in how it can be mounted. Unlike the Lemon, you can mount this 24 different ways. So I've done this spiel before, but you can have it pins facing forward, flat on its either side, or inverted. You can have it with the pins facing towards the tail on its sides or inverted. You can have it
So
with
the AR637T, can those be bought on their own?
yeah.
Let me look and see.
You can buy them on Amazon, Horizon. But as I was saying, so yeah, pins forward or aft, sides,
Huh.
inverted.
Wow. Okay.
What?
I didn't know how much they cost.
Yeah, the prices are they're higher now. But again, I get the Hobag deals. Um, they can also be mounted with the pins facing down either or wing, flat, sides, or inverted, or pins facing down or up either way. So 6 different ways, 4 different mounting orientations. What's 6 times 4, right? 24. So
21?
so we have 24 different mounting orientations on this receiver, and I use some good high quality 3M double sided tape to mount the receivers. But yeah, so obviously this plane has a lot of flights, but we'll just treat it as I just built this plane, I'm going to put a receiver in. First thing, we're going to be smart people here. Pull these propellers off. You never know. You never know what could happen. So if you're just building your plane, don't put the props on. If you're doing this to an airplane you have already, just don't be a dumbass. Just pull the propellers off. It's worth the extra minute than losing.
It doesn't take any time, and it can save you several stitches.
Save you a lot of money too. Hospital bills can be expensive. Okay, so I don't even know I'm saying this, but I'm sure most of you guys fly Spectrum, but you obviously know port 1 is your throttle, port 2 is aileron, 3 is elevator, 4 is rudder, 5 is gear, 6 is flaps. Not in Lemon when you have to plug the gear into the bind channel, that kumbaya crap. Okay, so I'm not even gonna, plug the throttle in, which this plane throttles on a Y lead. It's got 2. Plug that in. Find the ailerons. Plug the ailerons in. Find the elevator. Oops, I plugged the ailerons in the port 2 back. Move that one over.
Yeah, Rick and Roy, I've had 9 stitches from 60 size idling, just from idling. My hand got caught in the prop. And then exactly 10 years later, I had 8 years, I don't remember how long it was. I had a folding prop from a glider almost chop off that same finger, but it was basically this whole part right here. Nasty, nasty.
Okay, so we got everything plugged in. Now is where we decide, okay, what way are we going to mount this receiver? So again, we have a world of options. So I was kind of thinking maybe something like that. Take off the antennas, but we'll see. I got to figure that out though, because I got to have it securely mounted before we do AST next.
You know what's crazy, Jack? 78. None of that stuff hurt. I think it's just because
No, it never hurts because I've had prop attacks too. It doesn't hurt; it just bleeds a lot.
it hurts when they're healing, but it doesn't hurt when it happens. You just deal with throbbing as they're healing.
And I mean, this is obviously common sense, but obviously make sure you're not going to get in the way of the battery. So in the Tiger Cat, the back of my battery goes at the back of this cutout. So as long as the receiver's not in the way of that, we're good. So there's some hot glue down here where I had the old, garbage thing there and stuff. Kind of like that, maybe. And again, you got to keep in mind how you're going to orient your antennas too. I'll just do it like that, and I'll configure the antenna. So I'm going to put my receiver with the pins facing backwards up on its side, just like that. This is the hardest part of the entire installation. Getting the backing tape, the backing of the tape off. There we go. I just got my nails too, so everything helps. Okay. Receiver, nice and straight. All right. Stick it down. And that's not going to get in the way of the canopy, is it? Let me just make sure. Nope, we're good.
GB, what's happening?
So, receiver, it's nice and straight. All right, antennas. Antenna placement. So you want these guys 90 degrees to each other. Usually the way I do it is I have one antenna running straight, either forward or backwards, and one running sideways or vertical. So
As long as they're 90 degrees, that's all that matters. Could be pointing down, could be pointing up, as long as it's the right.
yeah. And I don't use anything special to secure them, just some Scotch tape.
Blender works really good too because it's pretty much permanent.
So I'll get this antenna going forward down the fuselage. Get some tape. And again, the little end portion is all that matters. So as long as you've got those 90 degrees, if the other part's a little bundled up, it's not going to hurt anything. And I think this antenna will go. Oh, you know what? Screwed up. I'm going to have to pull this off. I forgot one pretty important thing to plug in. The lead kind of fell backwards, so I couldn't see it. The BEC. Kind of need that.
Oops.
So I'm going to have to reapply the tape to the receiver, but not a big deal. Again, I'm human. I make mistakes.
So again, Wreck 'em Roy, that's why you take your props off. Always, especially if you're working inside.
Okay, let me get my double-sided tape and cut a new piece. And this plane uses all 6 ports, but the nice thing is with the UVEC, it just needs power. So there's the you can use a bind plug on this, but you don't have to. It's got the button. So I'm just going to take the UVEC and just plug that into the bind port there, just to give it power. On the 11 receiver, I didn't have enough ports, so I just had it wired in with the. Or no, actually, I did. I just plugged it into the open gear channel.
Yeah, that's right, because you don't use gear.
Yeah, I know. All right, cut a new piece of double-sided tape.
Wild Bill, what is happening?
Again, the hardest part of doing this is getting back to the table.
So guys, there's a slight difference in cost on these receivers, but you can do a whole lot more with these 637Ts. That's the link to the Hobby Zone 637.
And if you buy them from Amazon, they come from Verizon, so don't worry if you buy them from Amazon.
They still come from there.
And okay, receivers remounted, UVC plugged in. Let me proceed with what I was doing, taping the antenna down. I put the receiver a little further down just to make sure it wasn't going to go. All right, antenna 1. And then I think this antenna, I'll just put it.
So the 630. Let me see if that one, they have that one in here.
The 630, I have the 630 in my Dago Red. It's basically the same as that 620 with no external antennas, but it has AS3X.
So the 6610, what is that?
The 6610 is the same look as the 637. It just doesn't have AS3X.
Ah, okay. So it's just
the same receiver, just without AS3X.
Okay.
So if you want to go a little cheaper and you know you're not going to want a gyro, you can just get the 6610.
Let's see where that one is. The 630.
The 630, yeah, I have, like I said, I have that one in my Dega.
That's the one with no antenna.
No external antenna, yeah.
Yeah,
It has antennas, it's not
internal.
external.
But it's AS3X.
Yes. Okay, so then I have this antenna going like this, and again, you have a little extra antenna here. The nice thing is the other part doesn't matter, so you can just kind of tuck that under, just like that. Oops. So we got one antenna going towards the floor of the airplane, and one antenna going forward up the fuselage. All right, just ran out of tape. Perfect. So, antenna placement, it's crucial, but it's not hard. So, just make sure you get it 90 degrees. Don't just walk them in there, however. Just tape them down. Or you can, put them, I've seen people, they'll put like little ends of straws or whatever, but I just tape them. So, yeah, again, one antenna going to the floor, one going forward, 90 degrees. Okay.
The little tips that actually matter more than the rest.
Yeah, like you can see this vertical one, I just kind of got the rest of it just off to the side, but it's just the tip. Just the tip. That's, the air marshal way.
Where is he?
He's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's right. He had to go fly somewhere.
He's working.
Yep. That's what I mean. Fly for work.
You know what? I think I'm going to change that because I don't like the way it's getting hit by the battery. So I think I'll change that, but I'll just worry about that after the show. I'll just worry about getting it programmed for the people's. What are you doing? Other neighborhood cats. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do something different with that antenna. So don't mind it. Okay, so now we're ready for the radio part. Obviously, I've already got this airplane programmed because I've flown a bunch, as I said. So I'll go ahead. Well, it's not bound yet, so I'll go ahead and to bind these receivers. They have the little bind button up on the top of the receiver. It's the Spectrum logo. It's just a button. So to go ahead and bind that, we're just gonna. It's like a normal receiver with a bind plug. You just radio off. Plug the plane in. It's blinking.
Yes, Paul. This is an FMS Tiger Cat.
Bound. I turned my radio volume off so it's not blaring, but. May have to recalibrate the throttles. But okay, so it's bound. That's weird. Let me recalibrate the throttle.
Does it do both at the same time?
Yeah. That's weird.
You have your throttle cut on?
No, it's weird. Hold on, let me press.
Or did you unplug it? The throttle.
No, they're plugged in. It's weird. Hold on, let me try this. There we go. All right, now I'm going to recalibrate them.
Why did he go quiet? He muted.
I have a family.
Oh, okay. Mine's in hiding, so we're all good.
Yeah, I know. Mine doesn't hide. my mom insists on not keeping drinks in the inner fridge. They're all out here, so. Okay. Sorry, interruption. Okay. Plane's plugged in. Obviously, set up your airplane if it's new. Now we're going to go over everything, make sure everything's running in the right direction. So, left aileron, right aileron, that's good. Up elevator, down elevator, left rudder, right rudder. Flaps work as usual. Test the gear. I love the gear on this plane.
They actually move. They actually move like they're hydraulic.
They do.
Because they start making noise and then start moving.
And then they'll stop moving all the way down and they'll make a lot of noise at the end.
Which is like the hydraulic setting the lock.
Okay. So, the plane's all good, set up. So now. Okay.
I told you had a throttle cut set.
Something's weird here. I'll fix that after the show. See now, why is it doing that when I hit throttle cut? What the fuck? That's weird. Let me just try rebinding it. That's never happened before. Because I turned the throttle trim down, but
that's why. Did you put it back to normal? Put the throttle trim to
center. Always normal. I don't know. Let me just rebind it. Maybe it was weird. So I was gonna say, like, I've never had the plane need to turn the throttle trim down. They've never needed that before. Let me just rebind it. Maybe there's been a hiccup in the binding.
And yes, Tim Juicens, that's why the props are off.
Exactly. See, what the fuck? Why is it? I feel like Wright's it, dude, on the Zoom with his goddamn ESC acting all weird. Okay. Got the throttle trim center. Now we recalibrate.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go. That's weird. See, maybe it was a finicky bind. Who knows? Because now it works fine. Because I was like, that plane never did that before. Okay. I was like, well, yeah. Okay. We're good now. And now, okay. And throttle cut works. Throttle cut's on and tested, as Brian Phillips said. Brian Phillips. Okay. Now, you want to do your AS3X. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I hit it with my foot. Go in here. Go into our radio. Forward programming. Now, you have to have a G2 Spectrum, obviously, but if you have a G2 Spectrum and you're not seeing forward programming,
tilt your radio away a little bit better. We can't read it. That way. There you go. There you go.
You know, let me lower the tripod because then it's going to be a pain to hold it up. Okay, so if you don't see forward programming, you either need to update your radio, or if it is updated and you just bound the plane and it's not showing up, reboot the receiver, like unplug the plane, plug it back in again. But forward programming, gyro settings. Now you can see this says first time setup. This is what it's going to say if you buy a new receiver, which this wasn't bought new, but the thing is I wiped it. Sorry, I moved it.
It's going to be like it's new.
So it's going to say first time setup like it's new. My radio's dusty because of another project, which we'll talk about today. So first time setup. So make sure the model has been configured, including wing type, reversing, travel, trimmed, etc. So that was why I was checking the aileron direction, elevator, rudder, and if you want to change your travels, change them now. And if you're slightly concerned about it, something's not going to do how you like it, fly the airplane first before you do the gyro, so you can get it fully configured to how you like it. If you change your dual rates or if you trim the plane a little bit, it's not going to make a difference. But like if you fly it and you need to do like mechanical trimming or just travels, do that before you do AS3X. But this plane I know flies, so we're going to go next. Any wing type, channel assignment, sub trim, or servo reversing changes require running through the initial setup again. So that's what I was just describing. So if you screw with something, you may have to do this again. But we're going to go next. Okay, so this is the orientation menu. Now, I didn't cover this last time, but it's going to say set the model level and continue, right? So there's two ways you can set the orientation. You can either set it via doing it the automatic way where you set the plane level, hit continue or put it on its nose, but you can also go to set orientation manually. And the reason I'm going to do it this way in this airplane is because it's very awkward and it's going to be a pain to hold it on its nose and hit the button. So now it's not going to automatically detect your orientation. So if you look at the orientation it's giving on the radio, that's not right to our airplane. So we just got to scroll through here and find the way it's set up. So on this plane, it's pins facing backwards with the top of the receiver facing the left wing. So we're going to scroll through until we find that. So that looks like that's it. Up on its side, and the spectrum. So it gives the spectrum logo because that's the top of the receiver. So I believe that's it. So we'll go with that. And the way you'll know is if you check the gyro and the gyro isn't working correctly. So hit apply. Everything's twitch. Okay. So now you go here. Once you've done that, gyro settings. And again, it is easier to do the automatic way with orienting the plane, but again, this plane's super awkward, so I'm not going to do it. So now we're going to go here into system setup, gain channel select, and I always put the gains up on this knob so I can play with them. So I'll go here, Box 2, Box 2, Box 2. Well, that would be Box 3 or whatever, Box 2. That's just how it is. Okay. So then you select your gain channel, AS3X settings, AS3X gains. Now what I do when I'm testing, I always roll them up to 100% just to see. It's super easy to see what gyro's doing. And obviously you can adjust this on the fly to whatever your plane needs. So now to arm the AS3X, you just need to go above 25% throttle. So there we go. Now give it a little shake. The plane's doing something, and I can immediately tell I chose the wrong orientation because I'm moving the plane in the roll axis, and it's moving the rudder. So I got to go through the orientations again and change that, which I'm not going to show because it's just going to be trial and error. And if I get antsy, I may just do the automatic way. But so. So I did orientation 17, so that obviously wasn't.
Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. So, guys, those of you that just came on, we're trying to get an AR637T configured with AS3X.
Hey, you know what? I'm not even gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna do the automatic way. So the automatic way, let me strap the battery to make my life a lot easier. The automatic way to do it is I'm going to strap the battery down so that doesn't go flying. Sorry, I moved up on the camera again. Again, you can do this a lot faster, guys. It's just we're going live and I'm just running with it. So strap the battery in. So to do it the automatic way, it's going to say set the model level and press continue. So our model is level on the stand. And again, if it's like, it's not like this isn't deciding the gyro's like barometers. This is just its orientation. So it's not perfectly flat. It's just picking orientation. So if you say it's level and it's like slightly off like that, it's like it's not going to switch gyro. So we continue. Now it's going to say set the model on its nose. That's skunk spray somewhere. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, the model is on its nose. Continue. Okay, it was orientation 2. Okay. So I was way off. Oh well. Okay. Now we got the right orientation. Continue.
It tells you what orientation it chooses it for you.
Yeah, that's why when you move it like that, it's giving the receiver its orientation. So now if we move this, now it's right. Okay. So again, I was being a lazy ass, not moving.
Mickey BRC, what's up, my friend?
Okay, so now when we move our airplane, rolls. Okay, so let's check. So when you check in the gyro, the way you move the plane, so say you roll it right, you want the opposite end aileron to follow it. So if I roll the plane right, you want to see that the ailerons go left. So we roll right, left aileron's going up. So that's right. Pitch the nose down, the elevator's going up. Move the nose left, that rudder's going right. Okay, everything's right. That's good. Always check that because I always take off on the first flight with the gains all the way off, just in case. And then I turn them on in the air so I know if the plane does something stupid, I can immediately correct it. Because if you've got reverse gyro gains on takeoff, if it's ailerons and elevator, you're most likely screwed. If your rudder's backwards, it's not going to fly great, but it's not going to wreck your airplane. So I'll go in here, and the gyro gains, that's all personal preference. So this airplane, I remember when I had it on the Lemon, I had a pretty good amount of rudder and aileron gain. So I'll just kind of go with what I think, and then I'll adjust it. Actually, I think I'll set it up like the P-47. So the roll gain on the P-47 is 40%. The pitch is 65. And the yaw is a lot on the Warbirds because of torque. So I'm probably not going to go as much yaw on this. I'll go the P-47. That thing has like 80 on the yaw. I'll probably put this at 65 to test. Okay, so that's it. And this is just gyro. This isn't safe. This isn't panic. Again, I mentioned this the last time we did this. If you want to see in-depth stuff on this receiver, deep dive, whatever, go to Air Marshall's channel. He does a really good job. This is just, I don't need safe or panic or all those crazy flight modes. I just leave the AS3X on, and if I want to turn the gyro off, I'm not necessarily turning the gyro off. I just turn the gain knob all the way off, and that just kills the gyro. But you get the idea.
Jelonius, what's up? Garfield, what's happening? Oh, RC Informer dropped a video already. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. So again, I'm just going to get this antenna tape. I'm going to leave the stream on the phone, right?
Go ahead.
But that's it, guys. So it's not much, and again, we've done this before. This was just a kind of on the fly thing because I was changing the receiver out. Thanks. Big shout out to Ray for the tripod.
You're welcome. I have mine in my trunk and I've barely used it. I need to do some at the field flying again.
All right, I'm gonna plug the plane back in, run through everything, and then I'll throw the propellers back on it. My tape back. I cleaned off my table and stuff, so it's nice.
So yeah, that's it, guys. That's if you wanted to see how to set them things up, we can help you out with that. I don't know how to do all that stuff yet, but I do have an NX10, and I've moved almost all my planes over to it. So
we're not going yet, though, right?
No, I'm not going.
Because I have a few other things to show.
Have what?
I have a few other things to show.
Well, that's great. That's nice, but if I did want to go, we would just go because I'm freaking tired. What are you showing? What are you going to show off?
I'm going to put the antenna up there. That makes it a lot easier. I have two airplanes to show. One of them you've already kind of seen, but you haven't seen it in its fully finished config. And then I've got another project that's currently in the works, waiting on graphics. A couple people know about it.
I know which one you're talking about.
And it looks a little weird because one of the gear fairings is missing because I was done it. That's usually how it goes. Right. Let me just run. Just gonna run over this Tiger Cat again, make sure everything's all configured the way I like it.
Jono, what's happening? Twin City Moo, what's happening? Yeah, Twin City, he did show how to do the individual gains a little ways back. You got to go into the forward programming menu on your radio.
I'm gonna give it a little more roll gain just because when I would jiggle it on the lemon and more, so let me give it a little more. Let me go 50. Okay, so that's all good. Antennas are taped.
So can you adjust the gain on your radio too?
Yeah, so right now, the gain numbers you're going to, so whatever gain numbers you put into your AS3X for programming, when you have the knob at maximum, that's what the numbers are going to be. So if I had the knob at maximum, say I had the numbers at the defaults, 40, 50, 60. When the knob is all the way up, that's what I'm going to have is 40, 50, 60, but I can decrease it. So whatever the number you put in here is the maximum, but you can go off. So like right now, when it's on, that's what the settings are, you know? But if I go like this, no gains, and I can go kind of in between. Like I know some people, they'll just set the gains in the radio to 100, and they'll just play with the knob. Like I know when I flew Spencer stuff at Jet Jam, he just had the knob in the middle where he liked it. But usually I just leave the knob all the way up and just set the gains to what I want, so I don't have to play with it. That's just how I do things. But you know, do it however you want. I just don't like playing with the knob. I like finding a good balance for all stages of flight. I don't like having to change my gyro settings if I want to go fast. You know, that's my opinion on things. That's how I do it. All right, let me put this battery back. Actually, no, I'm going to leave it out. Okay, let me put the props back on. By the way, I balance these propellers. Oh, this thing is supposed to be quiet. If you're ever going to listen to Kenny, just listen to him if he tells you to balance your Tiger Cat props. Don't listen to him otherwise. If you're still in here, Kenny, I love you. I love you, Kenny.
Balancing props is a very good thing.
Yeah.
And
again,
most
don't
people
listen to him any other way. Just if he tells you to balance Tiger Cat props, just listen to that. Because I thought it always sounded okay, but I'm like, screw it. And then Dave Marshall talked about those bounce back coupons from Horizon, and I'm like, oh, I have one. So I bought the 2-row balancer, balanced the props on this plane. It's faster, it's quieter. It's like, God damn. Wish I could have heard it tonight, but that Lemon RX receiver had other plans. But now I don't got to worry about it. It's got an AR637TA with AS3X. Okay, I put this big beast back. I'm going to test fly it tomorrow morning and get the AS3X dialed in. I've flown it a bunch, so I know exactly how I'm going to want it, so it shouldn't take me too long to get the AS3X dialed.
Same thing goes for EDFs too, guys. Most of you don't realize that your EDFs are out of balance. Balance them things. It makes a big difference.
All right. This is a plan I've had for a while, and you guys saw it last week, but it wasn't fully finished yet. and I put it together just for today. So a lot of people were messaging me saying, "Nate, let's see it fully done." So here, now that you can see it in its fully completed stage, here is the American AL37. So I mean, I'm not nothing to show, but it's just now you get to see it fully completed. Because last week I had the decals, but they were still drying. The tail, I've flown it since I flew it a ton on Saturday. Frank and I were doing formation. Got the little engine swirlies painted or paint penned on the EDFs, which show those. This plane's very big. Got the little paint pen swirlies on the engines, or the motors, I should say. But yeah, this airplane is awesome. It actually lands easier now because painting over the blue added a little weight in the tail. Get that nice flare. Not that much weight, but I do notice the plane doesn't require as much elevator to. On the first takeoff, I usually use decent amount of elevator to get the nose off, and I did it on the first takeoff, and I banged the tail. And I was like, oh boy. And I had my battery pretty far back, so it wasn't that it was nose heavy. My battery was like, the strap was like here, so it was like right on the end. A lot of people put the battery like in the middle, and I flew it that way. I'm like, damn, the thing is nose heavy. Okay, now you've seen that. This looks awesome. I mean, it just looks incredible. Oh yeah, I also went over the other side of the tail where I like sliced it out and colored it over, and it looks way better. Only Ray knows about that.
Oops.
Well, no, because there was like an air bubble, so I like nipped it with an X-Acto knife, but it left the slice mark, so I just fixed it. Okay, here's one thing I am super excited about, which I was kind of apprehensive about, but then I just sent it. And I'm like, yeah, it actually looks really good. So I have this airplane, and the stock paint scheme didn't really amuse me. So I wanted to change it, and so I did. I know a lot of people probably know what it is already, but it is the FMS P47 1500 millimeter. And as I don't know if you saw, but the right leg's missing this gear fairing. I'll order some more tomorrow. But this looks awesome, dude. So the scheme I'm doing is actually the same as the Arrows RC bird, so it's Silver Lady. So I'll pull that up, show you what it's going to look like, and it's fully completed stage. So the graphics aren't shipping until this Friday, so I'll probably have them a week from today. Because my airliner graphics shipped on a Friday and they came on Monday.
That's almost the same as the red tail scheme that you've got it right now.
So the actual completed airplane is going to look like this. So it's the same as the Arrows bird. So it's a basic scheme, but it's all silver. The cowling is red. The moving part of the rudder is red. So, and the olive drab up here, on the one that it comes with, the Bonnie, it has olive drab all the way back to the fuselage. So I just masked off for the Silver Lady, just covered that with some shop towel and sprayed it. And it wasn't perfect, but I got the olive drab touch-up paint, fixed it, painted the cowling, painted the tail, painted the entire plane. I'll show you what I used. So for the actual plane, the silver, I used 2X metallic aluminum, and then the red parts are just gloss red. But I was going to go for more of a flatter red, but they didn't have any at the hardware store, and it actually doesn't look super glossy when you look at it in person. The cowling is plastic, obviously, so it doesn't get as shiny on that. But dude, this thing looks so good, but I don't have the graphics for it yet. And there's not much to it, so it won't take much.
Cool.
Like where the old graphics are is exposed with the foam, but it doesn't matter because it'll get cut right back up. So, but yeah, I've flown it a couple times since, but I need to get a new gear fairing. No big deal. No. I was actually one of the gear fairings. They have a separation when they're retracted, so I put a little piece of tape to make sure paint didn't get on the struts and on the wheels. So I put a piece of tape over it, but there was a separation, so I pulled it off to paint over it. And then when I was putting it back in, the little tabs that it hooks into, I was getting excited and I fucking busted it. So just like the Tiger Cat, the gear doors. So oh well. But so yeah, this thing looks great. Just waiting on the graphics and probably the show next week. That's probably what I'll be working on or they'll be done hopefully by then. The graphics on this is not going to be take anywhere near as long as the airliner did. But yeah, guys, I mean that's just some stuff I got.
Cool EO.
Dude, I mean, I was so apprehensive about doing it, but it was so worth it. This looks so much better. Even without graphics, this looks better than what it looked like. That Bonnie scheme just did not.
It's boring.
It's ugly. I mean, it's like the black. Even if it was the Bonnie scheme without the black stripes, I'd be fine with it. Yeah. I mean, although I looked up the history of the pilot of that plane, and he had quite the background, but I just didn't care for the look, so I repainted it. I think the only part that was slightly annoying was the only part where decals aren't going to be recovered where they were is on the vertical. And when I pulled those off, I had to sand it and fill it, but that was it. Can you use a prop balancer to balance EDF fans?
Yes, you can, but that's kind of a harder way to do it.
I was going to say, you don't do it that way.
I don't do it that way. Yes, you can do it that way, but it's more time consuming that way. I have a way that I do it that works incredibly well, that I will drop the link in here so you can see. But yeah, there it is. Take a look at this video. I mean, it's a video series, and if you want to learn how to balance EDFs the easy way that works, it can be permanent if you do it right. That's the link for EDFs. Lionel Randall, take a look at that. That's the links for the EDF balancing. I've balanced several at the field, so it's something that can be done fairly easily and with permanent results.
Charlie, can you put a bigger battery in it or no? I was gonna say, if you just put a bigger 3-cell in there, because I don't think the 1100mm Gyro can handle 4 amps. I don't think it's got the setup for it.
You have to put lots of weight in the nose.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can fit any bigger in there. I haven't seen one of those in person for a while.
If I remember, you got to put a lot of weight in the nose, and you can put a bigger battery, but only a certain size because of the battery bay.
Dude, this thing looks so good. I will admit, I am proud of how this came out. The airliner was okay, that was easy, but this was it looks really good.
So, guys, you got anything else? Any other questions or anything before we get going? Because I am running out of steam. And I've got some more stuff to do before the night is over. And I have to be up at, 3? Not 3. 4 something in the morning. So.
Well, Charlie, I was asking, can you put a bigger battery in it? Like a 3300 3-cell or something with more weight to it? Because usually when it comes to that, I always try to add weight naturally before I start adding actual lead weight.
Yeah, because that's not useful weight. If you add weight,
if you add weight with battery, more milliamps, more flight.
That makes no sense. Yeah, it's usable. So, any other questions, guys, before we get going? Because I am about to end the stream because I'm getting tired. Been up since 4:15 a.m. this morning. Sort of kind of tired. Yeah, if you can fit a bigger battery instead of having to just add weight, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, if you can, there you go, Charlie. If you can fit a bigger battery, just do that. Because again, you'll get more flight time and you get weight without having to just add lead. But
Yep. All right, guys. I hope that we were able to help you out with some.
It's like full on thunder lightning in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I swear Southern California is like semi-tropical. It's hilarious.
Well, a lot of times they get the same stuff that Arizona does. So if they have, if Arizona has monsoons, it'll make its way to LA.
Yeah, LA is like, yeah, oh yeah, dude, look at that. Yeah, there's Southern California and into Mexico.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah, that's
Well, I just
no.
want to
We're
somebody on
getting we're supposed to be getting rain end of the week. So
finally, Jesus,
yeah, we need it badly.
it was pretty smoky today.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I'm not sure.
But let me get going. But you guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Actually, you know what? Let me post the link to a video of one of my probably one of my favorite balance jobs. Not that one.
When are you gonna get those Viper videos up? Those are fun.
Hopefully, over the next couple days. I'm like I said, I'm off Wednesday, so
Oh, you are,
yeah.
dude. Come fly with me at Tomcats,
Yeah, I'm not going.
huh?
I'm probably not going there. I want to try a couple different places. Either it's
Are you
going to
ever
be
gonna go there again? Why do I get the feeling
yeah.
you'll never be back there?
I'll come back. I'm just not going all the time. It's your spot. That's not my spot. That's your spot.
Fair.
So here, take a look at this.
I still remember you said you'd never go there though, so at least we cracked that code.
No, I didn't say I'd never go. I just said I.
No, you did say that. I remember that very clearly. I think you were in a bad mood that day, though.
Let's get back.
Although you always say when you get to the field, I don't have any patience today, and then you still put up with it. So
Yeah. Well, I hadn't flown in a month, so if you want to see the absolute best, actually, I may as well just play that. The absolute best balance. I mean, I have. I don't. I think it's been a while since I've gotten to playing balanced as well as this because this was a 64 millimeter EDF.
oh, is this an old video?
Yeah, it's the 64 millimeter A10, and I had to discharge. This is a big old 6004S that I was discharging. Let me see if I can share it. Hopefully, you can hear it. It sounds like an actual turbine.
Are those burners on the back?
No, that's the Outrunner.
Oh, those do sound good. But it looks like every one of your planes it looks a little beat up.
It's old.
Do you still have that airframe or no?
No, it's gone.
Wreck it or give it away?
Gave it away.
You have a little fan under there cooling it off. Are those the stock fans?
No, those are the QX.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you.
But yeah, so those did not sound that good to start. Those are the QX motors, Outrunners. 3500 kV, 3500 kV on 4S. They pull about 50 amps, but you balance those wonderfully.
Yeah, you can
You
see
can
though
get them balanced really well.
It's one leg is half ass.
But and I can get pretty. That was balanced doing the method that I do with balancing. And you can get pretty much any EDF that way that has access to the spinner.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the airliner apart on here as well.
But anyway, guys, that's about it.
Oh shit! Move this one out of the way.
Chris, if you put that QX Motors fan in the Raptor, it changes the plane. It makes it so much better. That's what I had in mind. Worked really good.
Dude, this airliner is massive. It's funny now that since I changed the scheme, it's almost like it's a whole new plane again, even though I had like 50 flights on it with the old motion OC.
It looks way better now.
Oh my god, it looks 10 times better.
It looks like an actual plane. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get going, but thank you guys for hanging out. It's still 24 in here, but I need to go because I'm tired. I'm gonna fall asleep on screen. I can't do that. Pin hinges, those are good. Um, guys, take a look at all my playlist on here. Um, I have pretty much playlists for almost every popular plane. Go and look and
We
see.
didn't really do a video of the 95 but there's no point.
I have quite a few videos of that to go.
No, I mean like the cell phone video, like what we did with the F-16.
Yeah, no, we need to do more. But let me get going. I'll talk to you guys later, and there will be more Viper stuff coming because I've flown it and I love it, and we've been having fun with it. So, talk to you guys later.
All right, see you.
Adios.